Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave back again. And I know it's been a few days since I made a video, and you guys are probably all shocked because, or going through withdrawals, or just happy that I haven't posted anything because my recent just jamming videos out and everything, which I am, of course, always happy to do. And that's why I ended up doing it in the first place. But like I said in my previous video, I was pretty much taking this week. I don't have anything offhand for reviews other than one for Wednesday, but I'm trying to get this out. This is, as you know, for new type builds, for them to, do for display when they actually open their shop. They asked me if I'd end up snapping one up, and I said, of course I would. And then I decided to, well, I wasn't happy just snapping it up. I had to do some panel lining and details and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple days. Finally got the car out of the shop. $2,000 later, ABS system and a wheel sensor for the right front, I believe. The guys in the shop had never seen that happen before in at least our make car or year car, but I'm happy the baby's back in the garage. I know it's 7 years old, but low miles, and it's paid off, and it's my baby. So enough of that, let's get on to this. So far I only have the legs and the waist section done. I'm kind of glad with these kits that they end up doing the legs first, because probably 45% of all the parts in the kit go in the legs. It's amazing how many parts that they end up doing. I believe the feet themselves have 40 parts in them alone. I started doing a part count on the legs, and then I lost track because I had a couple drinks and just went from there. So this is pretty much going to be shelf ready. As you can see, I did some panel lining on stuff. I didn't matte coat or anything because I wanted to keep it, as it would be, straight out of the box. Other than I wanted to bring some details out, some lining, things like that. You can see different spots that I did some lining. But going over, you've got the pivot point here. This kit is crazy as far as mobility. You've got that section there. You've got side to side. You've got, if you look in there, you can see there's piston points. You get forward and back motion in the ankles, side to side. You've got this that you've got articulation in. And I'm trying to see here because there's a pivot point up in here too. But you can see how crazy you can get this knee to bend and this whole leg. Remember when I did the blue frame and it'd only go to about there? Like I said, with the perfect grade leg, you can actually almost fold it completely and back. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. So this is going to be your left leg. And there is pretty much not a pose that you can't do. In fact, if you wanted to do even crazier, you can see that this whole assembly here shifts. You can have him in a knee down pose without any complications. I don't know of any other kit that you could do that with and it looked natural, but that is just crazy awesome. Like I said, I've built a few of these, so I kind of know the ins and outs. I'm not going to be one of those, I know it so well I don't need an assembly manual, because I do. Especially with these, there's a lot of... one thing you do have to be careful of when you go that extreme, though, is watch your panels here. You will end up with some that they will catch. So if you're putting it back, don't just jam it, because you'll pop off pieces just like that. And sometimes even when you're trying not to, you're still going to end up doing that. there's a lot of pieces in here that you know, that are pretty much just friction controlled. They're floating. So when you're putting them back in a straight pose, you're going to have to kind of fidget with. I did put the pads on the bottom of the feet here, and that's going to be for stability. You know, if it's going to be in the shop or something like that, I want it to be pretty much kind of skid proof. You know, kids bumping it, things like that. And which leg will we do? I think we'll do this one. See if I can. As you can see, I did some lining up in there. It's crazy, and I often wonder, you know, why they put that much detail into, especially something that is never going to end up being seen, especially the backside of armor pieces. Like almost all these armor pieces have detail on the backside of them, so it's not like anybody's really going to end up seeing them. The other section that I got done just a little bit ago, once you get the legs done, the rest of the kit pretty much just flies together. But this is the waist section for it, and if I kick that back some, you'll be able to see the detail better. I can't tell. I'm hoping that's all in focus. It looks like it's in focus. There's all the detail. It's just crazy. So you have this that can be shifted for depending on what pose that you're wanting. You've got the side skirts that have a lot of mobility. You have these that have mobility. You have these that will shift. These that end up moving around. So you can get crazy poses like him kneeling. You have this piece down here which slides forward and back, and this is for being able to put on a stand. There are a couple, like G System makes a 160 stand, or if you want to do it yourself stand, you can do it that way also. This piece here, and the reason that I'm doing this now is because you won't end up seeing this once it's all built up, because I'm not tearing it apart, people. So this piece pivots down and will lock in, and that allows for this, which is a die cast, to shift, and you can actually pop up and lock it in, so that way you can pivot the legs forward so you can get more of a leaning position, or back, and it'll lock back in place for a standard standing position. And then you've got these pods here which open up, and these are going to be your brackets for your swords to sit in. And this is a, like I said, a pretty badass a kit. I think, who was it, Sunny Bunny, someone did a Louis Vuitton brown and black with gold. That thing is just sick. It's a simple paint job, but it's just awesome presence. Alright guys, so that's it for this. Next video up, and I didn't do any of the details up in there, but next video up should be probably the torso, things like that. And I gotta go pick up a battery because I thought I had one for the head, because the head is assemble it yourself pretty much. So I gotta go pick up one of those so that they don't have to fidget with that later on. Thanks for tuning in and sticking around. Definitely stay tuned either later tonight or tomorrow. I have a couple unboxings. One is for me and one is not for me. This one's for me. This is the 1/24 scale RX 93-2 high V or high new, however you would like saying it. Stop correcting me. By Grand System Models or G System Models. that is an original with the motors and everything, and my its and bits are actually tingling, all happy that I actually, after all these years, finally have an original and not an SMS copy that does not have the motors in it. The other kit that I have to do, I picked up for a friend of mine from Hobby Fan. You may have seen Matt Mrozek's video. It is the 160 SMS version of the Sasby. But the you know, you guys know that I have the, in fact his head's all sitting up here, you guys know that I have the Neo grade, but this is the SMS version, and I'm excited to check and see the comparison between the quality of the two, definitely. But I'm doing a part count, that way if anything is missing, a couple of people said either really broken stuff in theirs or completely parts missing, and I want to make sure I have that before I send it out to him, because he is overseas and they won't ship to him. So I was happy to oblige and pick that up for him. So again, thanks for sticking around. I will talk to you guys all later. As usual, peace out.